All right, so let us begin this meeting. And a very warm welcome to each one of you who has spare time from this Sunday evening to join us. In this 1 hour, every Sunday, we listen to stories. And these are not some fictional stories or stories of someone else, but life stories of people whom we know, life stories of our friends, life stories of people in this community. And when we listen to those life stories, there are some ground rules. Rule number one, we keep ourselves on mute so that we can focus on the story. Rule number two, when the prepared speaker who is going to tell us about his life story, he takes 10 to 20 minutes time, and one third of that total time is devoted to the learning that he has had from that experience. Yeah. And when he does that, we need to keep our ears open, because after that story ends, we get time to reflect. And when we come to reflection, each one, or possibly most of us, will get 2 minutes time. And when it is time for you to close the reflection, what will happen is a Caravan banner will pop up on your screen. So you will get to know that, okay, it is time for me to wrap up, and you have another 30 seconds. You can conclude on it, right? And a very simple rule for reflection, rule number two, is when you reflect, you try to reflect from some incident that you got to remember from your own life, right? So it's more of an experiential learning platform. So there are no there are no things being told to you that, okay, this is what you need to learn. But if at all you are learning, then let's reflect back in our own lives when we listen to that story. And while we do that, let us think back as to what we did when we were in a similar situation. And how would we do it differently having listened to this story today? So these are the simple rules, and we try to finish it up at 8 sharp. All right, and these are the rules. And before I hand over the virtual stage to our speaker for tonight, I would request everyone to switch on their cameras and show up their beautiful faces. Yep, because the speaker wouldn't like to speak on just the names that get displayed. And thank you, Tanvi, you are dressed up for today. So let me welcome the speaker for tonight, Rajesh Sahni. Rajesh is that one person, like I had, now this is a true story. I and Rajesh are in the same company, and we were attending a training in IIM Lucknow, and the training for what, for a week or
Creativity.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was in
4 days,
creativity.
4 days.
4 days. It was 4 days training, and we were living in the campus. And I never got to interact with Rajesh in particular. However, I interacted with everyone in that training group except for Rajesh, and he keeps quiet. He is that one person probably among your friend circle who is very quiet. However, don't mistake him for the low key personality that he maintains. I am pretty sure that by the time he ends his speech tonight, you will be shocked. And I will repeat, when he ends his story tonight, I'm not putting any more pressure on you, Rajesh, but I know for sure, and I have firm belief in your capabilities because you have shown that. You will be shocked. So let us welcome Rajesh with a round of applause. Rajesh, the stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. So, hello, everyone. My name is Rajesh Sani, as you all know. By now, I have been bestowed with the honor of having this 26th Caravan talk with you all. I would like to thank Modi sir and Rakesh sir for this opportunity. My talk today is going to be about two very distinct, unrelated events of my life. Both have a few lessons for me in them, and I hope that maybe for you as well. Both has helped me in developing my perspective towards life. As I feel that I'm better at writing than speaking, I have typed this whole thing down and will refer it multiple times during this session, so I don't miss out anything important I have to say. So please pardon me if I seem underconfident at any point. This is probably the first time I'm speaking publicly on a serious platform. And my goal today is to convey everything I possibly can in the given time. So let's start. So here's my first event. I belong to a typical village from far east of Uttar Pradesh, UP. For those who don't know UP, UP is a state of India which is basically known for its agriculture and workforce, and it's not considered a very developed state, and especially the eastern part. So I was raised in the eastern parts of UP. I was raised in a modest household, which is just a fancy word for poor. So I was raised with simple values of honesty and integrity by my parents. So like everyone, almost everyone, every student in India at that time, in that is 2008, I took science in +2 and decided to be an engineer. I got selected in an average private college of UP Technical University. So now here is a problem with such colleges. The recruitment drive of such colleges consists of just one IT company which hires in hundreds from all branches. It's an IT company, but it hires from mechanical, electrical as well. And even students from mechanical and electrical engineering swoon over one particular company. If you don't get selected in that company, the college will be unable to provide you a job. So I'm not going to name the company in my case. The package used to be around 3 lakh per annum. That is around 300,000 rupees. So in my class, I was in mechanical engineering class, and I was ranked sixth. I was ranked sixth, and the company used to offer top 5 students to sit in their exam interview without written exam. So directly you can sit in interview if you are in top 5, and you don't have to give the appear in the written exam. So one of the top 5 students in my class couldn't sit in the recruitment because of a personal issue. So my college got me into top 5 without telling the company. They hid the fact that I am the sixth ranker of the class, and they just sent me as the fifth ranker. Anyway, I sat in the interview, and when it came up, I told them the whole scenario. I couldn't lie because just I just can't lie. I'm unable to lie. At that point, I was more unable to lie, and now I I can lie a little. So obviously, it cost me the job, and I wasn't selected. But I didn't want the job over a lie. My placement coordinator was furious, as not getting selected in that company meant no job at all from college, as I mentioned earlier. So eventually, I ended up graduating unemployed from the college. Now I was out of the college, and now I only way I could go back is I could go home. Now I didn't want to go home without any achievements or any jobs to show to my parents. So from college I didn't go home. I went straight to Delhi from home, and I asked my father to give me money one last time. Now this is an event that happened in 2012, and my father was about to retire in 2013. So it was literally the last time he could support me financially. He arranged for the money and sent it to me. I took admission in a coaching class and started studying. I studied like my life depended on it, because frankly, it kind of did. So after 8 months of laborious studies, and almost towards the end, I studied 16 hours a day. I appeared in GATE. For those who don't know what GATE is, GATE, GATE is a biggest examination of engineers in India. Its full form is Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So I appeared in GATE and acquired all India rank 33. So when my father was retiring in 2013, I had offer letters from 3 major PSUs, 2 IITs, and IIC Bangalore as well. Eventually, after much thinking, I decided to join IOCL. So from within a year of getting rejected from one job, I was in a position to choose whether to work among 3 PSU giants. So later, now I don't intend to sound arrogant here. It's just that life has funny ways to reveal its plans. Now it may not seem much to other people. At the end of the day, it's just a job. But to a guy coming from extremely remote village of far east UP, whose neighbors go to Mumbai and Gujarat to work in factories and mills as minimum wage workers, this feels like a huge achievement. It's not about where a person ended up, but how far has he or she traveled. So this is the end of my first event, and here are my lessons from this story. So the first lesson is never compromise with your values. Something achieved through a lie is just as ephemeral as itself. Nothing is worth your integrity. Stay firm in your beliefs, and things will fall in line. All right. My second lesson is you can achieve anything if you believe in yourself. It will inflate your ego. Believe in your work, and that will give you perseverance. Like if you believe in yourself, just believe in yourself, just me being myself, I can achieve something. It's not possible. You have to work hard, because there is no shortcut to success. Finally, if you want something, you won't get it. As long as you don't start needing it, you won't get it. The word want represents desire, which is optional. You can live without it. The word need represents necessity and compulsion. As human beings, we are coded to go for easier alternatives. If we can live without something, we won't try as hard. So we have to act like we can't live without the goal we need to achieve. Then only we can achieve that. So this is my first event. That's the end and learning of the first event. Now moving on to my second story, which is not as serious as the first one. So I am the kind of person, as Modi sir said, that who is generally shy and reserved with people, but once gets comfortable with the people around, jokes about a lot. Rakesh sir can confirm it. He used to work with me. So when I started working in Mumbai, I found friends and colleagues like Rakesh sir and Bhupesh. I used to make jokes all the time around them. I always used to see the funny side of everything. One day, Bhupesh and Rakesh sir asked me to do something with my sense of humor, give it a platform. So I created a Facebook page. It didn't catch up in the beginning, and it was virtually dead. So I left it. Then one day I had a slip and fall accident in bathroom and was admitted in hospital for a couple of weeks for a surgery. As I had nothing to do but lie around in the hospital, I started making jokes, and many of my memes went viral later. You might have seen some of them as well. Here are some in case you haven't. Okay, I'm going to show you some of my memes that went viral.
Co-host, are you able to share?
Yes, we should be able to share. Mm,
Share screen. Is my screen visible?
yes,
Can you
yes,
all
very
see my
much.
screen? Yes. So this went very viral. Shashi Tharoor is known for his very hardcore English. So Shashi Tharoor says, "Bestow me with the delectation of your occurrence in my mansion." Shashi, and the woman said, "What?" And then he explains it in simple language. How kabhi? This is a Hindi meme. I think Wala won't be able to understand it, but I think in further one, this one went recently very viral. Somebody had put that if masks work, why the 6 feet? If the 6 feet works, why the masks? If both work, why the lockdown? This is about COVID. So I kind of replied to that, that if airbags work, then why the seat belt? If the seat belt works, then why the airbags? If both work, then why the brakes? Like it was drawing parallels, and kind of it was like like a fun take on that. So this is made a mango shake today. This is a mango shake I made in my house. This is lame, I know, but this was just for fun. This was a game. This was a Game of Thrones events I put as news articles, and these went crazy viral. This was about shower 1 degree anti-clockwise. It's super cold. Then 1 degree clockwise, it's really hot. Like this is about a date joke that I like guys who are responsible citizens. So me trying to impress her. This morning I saw a guy throwing trash on the road and told him not to. And strong. Then I beat him up and sensitive. Then I cried. So these are the memes that became very famous. So anyway, going back to my presentation. So Scoop Whoop is a website, a blogging website. The website wrote an article about my page. Today I have 100 I post stuff on it in my leisure time and interact with different kinds of people and get to know how masses think about something. I have made many friends online as well. It's fun pastime for me as well as social experiment as well. And sometimes I used to seek help as well. Sometimes when I need help, I tweet about it, and a lot of people offer help. So at the end, my lesson from this is don't take yourself too seriously. Laugh about things. I believe that every time you make a joke, you are making a choice to look beyond the adversities of life and at the humorous side of it. A joke is your own personal tiny revolution. When you are able to laugh things off, that's a very liberating feeling. Mark Twain said that humor is mankind's greatest blessing. Charlie Chaplin, who is one of the greatest actors of our time, he said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." So you should laugh every day about something. And just look at the funny side, don't take yourself too seriously. So that brings the end of my session, folks. I thank you all for being a very patient audience, and I might have fumbled and made mistakes at some point, so please pardon me for that. Over to you all for your questions and reflection. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. And I am sure when I started that you would not guess as to what this person stands for. I'm pretty sure you would have had a tiny bit of idea. However, I'm also sure that you still don't understand the gravity of things when he says that his post went viral. So let me ask you, Rajesh, so that we reveal the full picture to our audiences, that what do you mean by viral? Like, how many followers do you have on your Facebook page?
Around 400,000, and viral means it goes, it has millions of views at
It
points.
has millions
Like
of views.
sometimes my own memes come back to me through WhatsApp, and I tell them, "Come on, I made this. Don't send me this. I made this myself."
Now, let me tell you this the meme about Sashi Tharoor on that particular slogan that was going viral in India at that time. Our Kabhi
Yeah,
Haveli paper. That was one which I received from different sources. Now, going viral, as you said,
the
is
Sashi
something.
Tharoor.
Yes, is something not what you get from the same source wherein you're subscribed to. That is, if you're subscribed to his channel, The Sarcastic Joke, of course you will get that post. But I got that post from different sources, and that's how viral his posts are. As well as, let me bring in a clarity to what he just said. He is working full time in a plant, which took up a lot of time traveling from Mumbai to that plant and coming back. Apart from that, he also takes care of 4 cats, which he has. And yet he found time to post all this online. And he planned it in a way that it also started going viral, of course, because of the content. And this is the kind of celebrity status he enjoys, and yet we don't know much of him.
That's overstating it a bit in celebrity status.
Yes, of course. I mean, in the meme world, you would be recognized as the king because you have got 400,000 followers, which in a short span of time, it doesn't happen to a lot of people. I know a lot of people here tried YouTubing on being over Instagram. It just doesn't happen. Yet, if you see this guy sitting along with you over a common meeting or maybe over a cup of tea, and you don't know him, he would be very reserved, as you said. And yet, of course, if he jails up, you would get to know the kind of sarcasm he brings along, and that's why his page name is Sarcastic Jerk. All right, so let us now open this stage for the reflections. And the rules remain the same. You get 2 minutes, and at the end of 2 minutes, you get the card of a banner, by which you should know that this is time to wrap up. To open up, let us invite one of the newest members, Tanvi. Tanvi, would you like to unmute and come right in?
Hello, hi Rajesh. Your
Hi,
story is
Tanvi.
like wonderful. And the first part, if I would have to say, like at times, this is a corona time where the time is going on. Even I right now don't have a job, and it's really a good feeling. Like we say it's a job at time, it becomes really necessary also. But yeah, I could really reflect my own time as well. But it's okay. I don't give too much importance to to do a job or like that. It's fine with me. And there's a lot of other stuff which I'm doing and which I really enjoy. But the second part is like really very interesting. Like in a very short span of time you have reached to millions of people. Your memes got really viral. I know that I'm doing a YouTubing and I have my own channel. It's not that easy to reach out to million people. I have close to 800 subscribers right now, and it's been two 3 months, but I know it's not at all easy to do all these things. And once you reach out to public, and that's commendable. Yeah. In like, what was the real time span in which you reached?
Uh, I had my accident in January 2017. So let's say 3.5 years.
Okay. So it's still now, yeah. And you're regularly posting, right?
Not nowadays because of I was busy because of transfer and stuff. But I used to in the evening when after working hours I used to post like whenever
Yeah.
some.
I'll also start following you, on your Instagram and your Facebook page, which is lovely.
uh, and
So it's wonderful.
I don't feel I'm very good with camera speaking in front of camera. That's why I never had a YouTube.
No,
But
it was
maybe something.
wonderful speech. Rajesh, what you spoke, you were totally very confident. We really enjoyed it, and the way you put on everything was like very beautiful. There's nothing like that. You can go ahead with your YouTube channel as well.
Maybe maybe now I can.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Yeah, you are really good.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Tanvi. You have something to add? I'm sorry. All right. So that comes from someone who herself is running a YouTube channel as well as Instagram. Tanvi is quite famous with what she does on yoga. So I believe Rajesh, you should take her words seriously. Moving on, I really like the first part of the story as well. The second part is something which you tried and you excelled. However, the first part of the story is something which was mostly struggle for you. And then at just passing out of a college, you started working hard to get a job. But more importantly, it touches on the angle of integrity. You chose not to lie at a job interview, which was so very important for you. Like getting a job at the end of 4 years in an engineering college is something which everyone looks forward to, despite like whatever economic background you would come from, and more so when someone comes from a modest background. There is much more need of money as well as that security of job. So my serious commendations to you on uh, preserving your integrity and also emphasizing that as a lesson when you summed up your speech for the first story. On
Yes.
that line, let me invite Monica to reflect on this. Monica, the stage is yours for next few minutes.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. It was really good to hear your story. While listening your first part of the story, I was remembering my Gurgaon time when I was applying. Really sorry.
I can relate to this.
It's not my dog, it's outside dogs.
Oh.
She's just watching. Yeah. So I was saying that I was able to remember my incident. I went to Orient Craft for the interview, and me and my dad went there after traveling, I think near about 2 to 3 hours, and so many weird commutations. And over there we were sitting, and I had to wait for, I think, more than 1 hour. And my father said, I want to drink water, and these people not even asked only even for the water. And when I came back from the interview, he was like, abhi tak pani nahi mila hai. And I was like, no, I'm not going to join in this company, because these people not even ushered my father in a proper manner. Because maybe because I'm from Rajasthan, it means a lot to offer a water. So that was the thing, I could relate to it. And even I was remembering the time when my brother was applying for the jobs. I think bhaiya also left so many jobs. He was like, no, I don't want to go for the government jobs. I will take a break, I will practice more, and will apply for the good jobs. And he got, I think, I don't remember which job he opted for. He will tell you. So that was a very good one thing. And you should not have shown that mango. अब मुझे आपके चेहरे के साथ हमेशा वो mango भी दिखेगा. So that
Mango
was a
shake.
really, and I was not expecting that. Okay, silently you are making this also. So that's it from my side.
Thank you, Monica. And that was a wrong banner. Rakesh, it's like a hangover from the morning meeting we are
Morning
having.
session, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that interesting reflection on your life. And also, Rajesh, I could remember my college days wherein I was in the third year semester break, and I did not go back to my home, and I had just some 12,000 rupees, and I had to decide whether I can invest it on my coaching, or should I go ahead and buy some cooler and stuff, because it's really, really hot in the summers in Kanpur. You would know that. And then I decided, okay, I could have easily asked for some more money from my home, back home, but I decided, all right, I'll skip the comforts and go for what I really wanted, that is the coaching for the B schools. And yes, that reminded me of that particular story. On those lines, let's have someone who can relate to you about keeping lots of pets. So let's have Vala on. Vala, you have 2 minutes to let us know how you reflected on what just Rajesh said.
Sure. Hey, Rajesh, it was such a beautiful story and an uplifting one, and I love that you had two stories in one speech. Your first story was very uplifting to me and motivating, because I'm trying to learn a new language, and I feel like with languages I'm not really good at learning languages and at keeping up and with studying my lessons and stuff. And so you taught me that progress really is an incremental process. I cannot just believe that I'm going to speak a language overnight. I need to work and invest in myself and do like and study every single day, and believe that I cannot live without achieving this goal. And so if I put this in mind, I think I'll be able to go somewhere with that. So thank you for this lesson. It was very valuable. And I also believe in what you said, that when I take something out of a lie, it wouldn't be blessed and it wouldn't last. And this is something that I followed in my last year of high school. I was in my exams, everybody around me was cheating, and I never did anything of that, because it's important. This year is very important in Egypt, and my grade, I have to own up my own degrees. And so that was also something that I believed in. There's something that I can ask you, whether you believe that humor is a therapy or not, because in Egypt, we are known, as Egyptians, we're known to have the best sense of humor out of the whole Arab region. But I think it's because we have so much problems that we ease away that pain with humor. So do you believe that there is humor therapy, or can we laugh away
Yes,
the pain?
I believe humor is a therapy. I think humor is one of the most important elements of life. Humor, music, poetry, the art, these are the things that define life, not the money we make or the job we do. Like, have you watched that movie, The Dead Poet Society? Dead Poet Society, he
No.
says that money,
Carpe diem.
job, all these things are there. These are the supporting elements of life, but actual life is art, humor, uh, music, poetry. These things are real meaning of life. In fact, in World War World War II, Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of England, and while they were fighting, uh, somebody in his legislation suggested that you should cut the budget of art and use it in military so that we can fight more efficiently with the Nazis. So Winston Churchill said that no, if we lose art, then what are you even fighting for? So I believe that humor is a form of art and it should be preserved at every cost because it is a huge part of life and it defines life to me.
Thank you so much. Best of luck. It was a great speech. And back to you, Madit.
Thank you, Wala.
Thank you for that interesting question, Vola. Moving on, let us have Abhishek Shrivastava for a change. He always gets to come right towards the end, and this time, I hope I'm able to solve your problems for once. Abhishek, the stage is yours.
Hey, Madit, thank you. And thank you, Rajesh, for interesting story. I will take 2 minutes to reflect on that. The thing is that I'm amazed by how much surprise I had. I'm like surprised I was listening to Rajesh and overall the personality he has. Like he has pets and he is like a meme creator and he has so much of a struggle and he has such a good rank in gate and all those things. So, like, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So that was like first, like I can never like looking at you, I was never able to think that you were like such a like humorous person at first. But I know that if I talk more to you, then there will be more surprises you will throw to us. And that's so wonderful that people are so like full of surprises, and it's always interesting to uh, talk to people and understand about their stories, their journeys. So yeah, and coming to your stories, like there was 2 stories. The first story I'm definitely able to kind of relate because my say my girlfriend is right now in the same position where she is not getting a job and she has a deadline to do it, and there are consultancies which are asking me to do such very kind of unethical things, and we discussed about it, and then we said that no, we are not going to do that. We will leave USA if there is no job, but we are not going to do something which we cannot think about like it's ethical to do. So that is something which you also told, that we have to be maintaining that integrity, and that's how we will be be able to live our life in a manner where we will be able to respect ourselves. So that was the one learning which you just showed to us. And the second part about having like such so many followers. So everybody, even me, everybody tries to put their best effort in social media, but nobody is able to get that. But you are the one who showed that if you keep on be still persistent, you will be able to get where you want to. So I think you are a live example of how the perseverance will be, fruitful if you keep doing it. So thank you. I was very lucky to have you and listen to you. Now I have something to take out, and I'm able to, push myself further to get things done. So thank you,
Sir.
Rajesh. It was very grateful to hear you on this platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. And moving on, let us have Kritika. Kritika, if you're there, you can probably unmute and come in. And 1, 2, 3, it's gone. Okay, Kritika is there. Kritika,
This moment hello.
yeah, can hear you.
Hi.
Looks like you have a network issue, Kritika.
Yours. Hello.
There's some network issue, Kritika. We are not able to hear you.
Hello. Audible.
Yep. Just give it a try again. Or maybe you can log in again. All right. Let's have you logged in again, Kritika, because we can't.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, now
Yes,
you
you're
are.
audible now.
Alright. Uh, so Rajesh, I mean your story, because I actually even got to interact with you today in the morning. And Rakesh just mentioned that he's a person who has like millions of followers on Facebook, and instantly my answer was, my reward was कि कैसे किया इन्होंने. So and then he said कि wait for the evening, he would be telling us. So I mean, that is wonderful how you have transitioned from from where you were to where you are right now. And I'm just कहते glad कि मैं अपने ना लोगों को बता सकती हूँ अब that I know the founder of आओ कभी हवेली पे वाला thing. Because it's so viral, everybody says it. So and how from a small town with your determination that you did not take a job. Because when I was in my college days, if I take you back, I was an average student, very average student, and I did not get a job from the college because what they were offering me was audit, and I did not want to get into it. So I was completely lost when I so that was the part where I was able to relate to you that I did not get a job from the college, and I did not know what to do. But then you were very brave enough to go ahead, go to Delhi and prepare for GATE and go ahead with your life. Kudos to you. And yeah, so amazing story. And I am so glad that I met you. And I would definitely go ahead and see your page and follow that. That's for a definite thing. So thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kritika, and thank you for finally making it up despite all the network issues you're facing. And yes, everyone
Yeah.
wants to learn from you, Rajesh, as to how you have so many subscribers. That's a question that is coming from almost all of us. So is there a secret, or like it's just that you just kept working and one fine day you had 400,000 followers? I know it has to do something more than that.
Actually, it was just the initial phase was very difficult. The initial 10,000 followers took me more than maybe a year or so. The initial 10,000, more than a year. And once 10, even at 10,000, I got a lot of people knew about me. A lot of other pages got to know about me that his content is good, but his followers are not much. So they started helping me out. They started sharing my posts, and when I started making those Game of Thrones memes, the ones that I depicted Game of Thrones events as news articles by Indian media. So that those went really viral, crazy viral. Like everybody was saying, even I was getting them on my WhatsApp, and many people told me that I got this, and I told them that I know the creator of this meme, and they were feeling very proud of it. So some memes, after the memes started getting viral, once they start getting viral, and once that door opens, then there's no going back. Then everything aligns itself.
That's
And
interesting.
actually, yes, you
That
have
was a
to.
good insight. Um, let us have Abhishek Jindal, who has been enjoying the talk from the expressions that I could see so far. And Abhishek, you can jump right in and come in with your reflection.
First of all, thank you, Rajesh, for sharing your life story with all of us. I still remember I met you briefly just before leaving for US. I was there in Mumbai,
Yes.
I think 2 or 3 days prior to that. And Rajesh helped me a lot for what I asked him at that time. Rajesh, listening to you, you have had your fair share of problems that possibly every one of us here can relate to, but somehow we forget those life challenges and they stay in our subconscious mind. And once we start hearing to other people, then those uh, problems that we faced and how we overcame them, that comes to forefront. And I think I have also an answer to what people are asking you: how did you manage to get so many subscribers? The biggest you can say the reason behind having so many subscribers is your content needs to be original, right?
Yes.
You cannot just read other blog posts and copy paste into your content and say yourself as, or claim yourself as a meme creator. That just doesn't work, because people are not fooled, right? They know what's original and what's not. So originality is the possibly the biggest reason behind having so many subscribers. And the other learning, and I absolutely subscribe to that, is when you said that look beyond the adversity, because without hope you just cannot survive in today's world. And that is the biggest learning for me, and I absolutely go by that, that unless and until you look beyond the adversity, you won't see the positives in the current situation, and you won't be able to learn. And that's the only way to overcome any challenge in your life. Yep. Thank you, Rajesh. Over to
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Mudit.
Thank you, Abhishek. And now we have 10 minutes to go, and there are, I think, 5 more people. So let me just quickly call up everyone so that everyone gets a chance to reflect. Let's have Vijay. How did you find the whole talk, and how do you reflect on it?
Yeah, thank you, Mudit. First of all, thank you, Rakesh, for introducing me to this platform. I'm meeting absolutely wonderful people here. Today I met a celebrity, Rajesh. Really salute you, man. Really salute you. Fantastic life story. Fantastic lesson for us, actually. How you started your life from the small family, wherever you had your issues, plus you took up the honesty, what you can integrity, these terms you used and actually implemented in your life. That really, actually, at the end, long running, it gives you back, definitely. And it's paying you back. You can actually see that. The most important, the respect you get by following these terms, that is incredible. Imagine the example you gave, that like when you have the option, you took the last money from your father and then you put your 100% effort to get to that exam. That I was quietly impressed. Like when you put 100% effort, that is a very good example. You can achieve it, absolutely anything you can, any target you can achieve. And you have clearly achieved. You had 3 options. It was fantastic. So
Thank you.
first part was absolutely fantastic. Second part, laugh and humor. Yeah, you turn that word. Okay, we have, every day we make laugh, humor. Okay, our day was good, but you actually change your life. Everything changed because of that. So absolutely fantastic thing. So few things I can relate from my like honesty, wisdom, what you can tell, and 100% effort. I got a lot of time in situations where like not do and die. Recently, while coming back to the ship, my ship got stuck in Australia. You are in such a situation that my job was stake. There are millions of dollars at stake, and I was only under pressure. Now you have to. There was a breakdown. The engine could not start, and as a chief engineer, I was the whole sole responsible. The whole responsible was one. People was starting to give up, and I go, no, we cannot give up. We have to try out. Every hour, every minute is costing at least $1,000. So we put our effort. It took us 8 hours to rectify that problem, and we are back on track. We were back on track, and like that time I discussed, okay, if we put 100% really, and our mind should be peace at calm, we can actually solve all kind of problems. So 100% efforts always pays. And wisdom, you see, always follow in life. I always say, whatever truth, if you say truthfully, okay, initially you might face some problem. Okay, as a senior, if I'm conveying to my office, my senior boss, okay, I can do this, everything is fine. But at on ship, if everything is not fine, at end of the day, end of the 1 month, 2 month, he will come to know that okay, you are lying. So I always follow that, like in my life also. Okay, whatever, if situation is bad, I'm not capable of doing it, I can't do it, I will say to him, okay, this is the situation, whatever action. So absolutely fantastic lesson for us, fantastic life story. Thank you, Rajesh. Really great.
Thank you so much, Vijay. You really reflected quite well on your real life incidents when you are managing a ship and how integrity is so very important. on those lines, let us have Arun. Arun, how did you feel about the talk? You have 2 minutes.
Actually, it was phenomenal, and you are the perfect example of a letter which we cannot and should not judge by its envelope. So you're that perfect. Before this, I have seen you. You are shy kind of a person who never, opens up. But when it comes to your turn, when you are very well prepared, you deliver to 100% or say 200%. And I genuinely believe that is, if you are genuine or your thoughts are original, it will have so many takers. You have to be genuine to yourself, and kudos for that. And you, as you said, that humor should be a part of your life. It is a part of your life. And I have also seen in my life that there are several things you cannot say to others in a plain way, but when you say it in a say humorous way, you are able to connect and send the message directly. So kudos for that also. These are two lessons I have learned from this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arun. That was an interesting take, that you can transfer your message, even the harsh things, in a humorous way. Let us have Suman to reflect on this. I'm sure she must have gathered a lot of thoughts from this particular story. The stage is yours.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Suman. From Rajesh's story, I definitely relate to that, because the first one is he focused on when you need something very badly, you focus on that 100%. You give your 100% to that, to achieve that whatever you need it. The need is the most ultimate thing which you desires a lot, and you want to get that anyhow. But as Rajesh said, that focus on morals also means focusing on your morals need a little more time. It will take a little more time than the shortcuts, but you definitely get there. So the first one is which I understand is no shortcut to success, and believe in yourself is the ultimate thing. I can also do the same thing. I believe in myself. I was a self motivator. I'm motivating myself. And the second story is the mind blowing thing, which I didn't expected. Means so much of followers, I can't even imagine. But as Arun said, with with seeing the envelope, you can't imagine what is inside that. That is definitely true. So very congratulations to Rajesh, and thanks to Mudit.
Thank you so much, Suman. And we have one more person to go before we close. But Tavleen, since you weren't there, there was a start of the story. I hope you have gathered something out of the reflections, and you
Hi
get just 1
everyone.
minute.
Okay, sure. Pehle to sorry, Mudit, I joined in late. I think this month's schedule is going to be like this. I will be joining a little late because I have parallel session going on. That,
No problem.
finished, I quickly jumped in here. So I think, I collected the essence of the session that Rajesh, I think, is the creator of Aao Kabhi Haveli Pe meme. I have a t-shirt of Aao Kabhi Haveli Pe.
So his meme specifically refers to the one that got viral with Sashi Tharoor in it,
Yes.
and had that slogan. Yeah.
All right, great. It's so good to have you. I think the essence that I could gather from everybody's reflection is, I think we have another person who comes from a modest background, but that did not deter him to achieve whatever he wanted to achieve. I think that would be my takeaway. And people also commented about, I think maybe there was some point in time when he had this cognitive dissonance and he had to choose ethics and morals. So I think, maybe if I'm right there, so he is again a heroic figure for us. And above all, I think, he's the creator of that meme. He is a star already. I am a person who has tried to stay away from social media. I was off the social media for almost 3 years. I've recently again logged in. So, I am a person who try to stay away from Insta and, from all other social media platforms. But I think whatever Rajesh you are doing is really great. And I'm sure you're an inspiration to a lot of people who want to get into the meme market and, make a name there. So thank you so much. I wish really I had heard your entire journey and your struggles to learn from. But sadly, maybe I'll go through the recording and I'll have my more reflections then. Thank you.
Thank
2 minutes
you.
we can Rakesh sir can reflect.
Yes, yes. So Rakesh is going to be the last one to reflect, and before he does that, so this is going to be the last reflection. So I'll request Abhishek in particular, because rest of all have their cameras on. So all right, we have everyone with the cameras on. So let's have Rakesh to reflect on this, because he knows the journey and he has seen it when it was unfolding. So Rakesh, the stage is yours
Yeah,
for
yeah.
next 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you, Mudit, and thank you, Rajesh. Actually, I was knowing the whole story, but in the whole 1 hour, I am not able to stop my laugh because because I'm following his page, and some of the memes are coming in my mind again and again. And I can vouch that some memes he used to send around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. to me, and I was laughing the whole night. So that was the level which he has achieved. And before that, means before the meme story, I and Bhupesh and Rajesh, we three were there in the same office, and we used to listen his jokes, and we used to laugh a lot. And sometimes after some drinks, we used to sit and only laugh according to his humor. So one day the Bhupesh told that yaar kuch karo, means do something about this humor and start something. And he was very resistant, and with lot of persuasion from Bhupesh and he started around after 4 5 months this small page, and then it got viral. And the first story I was not too much aware of, but now I aware that means got to know the meaning of modest and all that. And the one thing which the line which caught me is something about joke. Joke is what is that invention? If Rajesh, can you help me?
ठीक है it's I believe that every time you make a joke, you are making a choice to look beyond the adversities of life and at the humorous side of it. A
One
joke
more,
is your
one more
your own personal tiny revolution.
tiny revolution. So the joke is on personal tiny revolution. So that thing got stuck in my mind, and I want to create many tiny revolutions henceforth. Yeah.
Thank you. That was interesting.
Mudit, can we have the Facebook page if Rajesh has on the
Yes,
chat box? I would want
Rajesh,
to
if you
join
can
it
post the link to the Facebook page on this chat window.
because I'm not on Instagram, so I would follow him on Facebook.
Of course. And
Yeah.
if while Rajesh is doing that, let us get ready for that photograph. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So, Rajesh, do you have that link?
Sir, so
Yeah.
Okay. And Bala seems to be sleepy now. All right, we have this link here. This already has like 400,000 subscribers, but do join this because this is some original content which you may be getting through your WhatsApp, probably by someone else. But now this is the original source of all those memes which are circulating in India. So we got to know the person who is behind all these memes. And before we close, I have just this little conclusion from the whole conversation that we have had. Charlie Chaplin, as Rajesh quoted, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." So don't waste your days, get some laughter. And a joke is your own tiny revolution. That's a wonderful thought. We need to go beyond our adversities and look at the humorous side of things and start creating those tiny revolutions. Whenever you face a dilemma on integrity, remember Rajesh. He didn't compromise on his integrity to take up a job which he so badly wanted. Here is a quote: "People of character do the right thing even if no one else does." People of character do the right thing even if no one else does. Not because they think it will change the world, but because they refuse to be changed by the world. So let us refuse to be changed by the world when it comes to integrity. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. See you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Take care. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Abhishek Jindal, is that a real background or is it a virtual background?
It's a virtual.
It's a virtual one.